Hey, this is J-Rock. You're about to listen to the Bone In Podcast. We'd like to remind you that Bone In Podcast is a comedy podcast. And despite any insistence from anybody on this podcast, we are not experts of any kind, including scientists or doctors. All the research was performed by a bunch of idiots who apparently have way too much free time on their hands. All the information contained within is for entertainment purposes only. Our language will be lewd, obscene, crass, and generally offensive. So if that's not your particular cup of tea, this podcast might not be for you. Or if it is, if the kids are still up, maybe come back later. But if you're still here, enjoy the show. Hey there, welcome back to the Bone In Podcast. This is J-Rock, here with Mel and Dan. How you doing?
Hey.
How's everyone doing?
I'm okay.
This is the final episode of the season.
Recap. She finally did it. She finally attempted to do it.
Yeah.
So
This is the
I just
recap
want to go
episode.
on the record now and say that I was right the entire time, because what happened, Melinda?
I don't think you were right. I think that it was very fitting that we had a Rocky episode because this is a very Rocky themed instance. I started out okay. Where should I begin? Because
I don't think you got nearly as close to your goal as Rocky did to his.
But I think
got pretty
so.
close.
So before you get into it, maybe
Okay.
we should clarify what we're doing here.
Yeah.
So Melinda attempted for the first time to eat as many wings as fast as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
She tried it.
Well, let's keep it open-ended. So,
Okay.
you'll have to listen to the end to find out what happened.
What?
We're going to give you some raw cuts of the live action.
The live action,
That-
and it was
that
pretty
went down.
gripping. It was a roller coaster. I feel.
I don't feel like you've ever been on a roller coaster.
Because there was a moment, and we'll get into it, and you'll listen to it. There was a moment
Did
where
you throw up
maybe
like you do on a
almost.
roller coaster?
She got close.
I got close.
Yeah, that's right.
There was a moment where Dan's like, you know what? Actually, we put beer on the line. I was like, if I finish all these wings, then within an amount, somebody buys me a beer. And Dan, for a second there, was like, oh shit, I'm going to have to buy you a beer. But we'll go back into that.
I was just being nice.
No, I saw the look of, like, uh-oh, this bitch eating some wings.
Beers aren't that expensive.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not a big deal.
So the beginning of the day, I got 50 wings. I purchased 50 wings, and I thought it was going to...
So the goal for this attempt was 50.
Mm-hmm. I just wanted to see where I could go. And so I bought 50 wings of all different flavors. 30 of them were typical, like mango habanero, buffalo sauce, and then something else that was quite yummy. And then the other 2 were dry rubs. And we'll get into why that was a mistake a little bit later. They were very delicious.
We can just get into it now.
Yeah,
this is what we're here for.
So Jared,
So what happened?
what
Melinda?
happened?
What
Well,
happened?
no, but we had set out a time trial, right? How many can we get done in? How many can I get done in 10 minutes? So Jared started his timer. He had a list of facts while I ate my wings, and I got. Go on. You were gonna say that?
I was just going to say they were hilarious facts.
We'll go into those hilarious facts here
Some
in a
of them
second.
were hilarious.
All of them.
Mhm.
Each and
Yeah.
every one of them.
Yeah. So got settled. There was some discrepancy. I wanted to weigh the wings before and after to see how much meat, and that was that
was a whole thing.
Yeah. We all had different opinions on how things should be weighed for science, but
There was a right opinion and a wrong opinion.
I believe mine was the right opinion.
anyways, so
Anyway.
sat down and Jared started timer, and in 10 minutes I ate 20 wings. Like,
I was impressed.
Yeah.
That's for a brief moment. I was like, oh shit, maybe.
and honestly, I wasn't feeling nauseous after wing 20. I did slow down because we were no longer doing time. So I slowed down a little bit, taking my time. The other thing that happened was the first 20 were all traditional style hot wings. So the vinegary, yummy sauce,
The buffalo.
the buffalo, and the habanero. And that was not a problem. The next 10 wings were dry rub. And that I ran into an issue because I couldn't slide them off the bones. So I had to like work really hard to get the meat off. And then working really hard and like the chewing made me instantly feel nauseous. And then Jared came in talking about jizz, and it threw me into the way that he was describing it. Like I was already like by wing like 25 or 26, I was like, my stomach's starting to hurt. I was starting to feel nauseous.
So I just want to jump in and let people know that this is the excuse making part of the episode.
Yeah, don't blame it on the loads.
Where the person who, had nothing to do with what happened gets blamed for somebody not maybe hitting their goal.
No, my stomach was hurting, and then Jared's like, thick, drippy jism. And I was like, I can't.
I don't think he actually said that.
That was, and they were just like reverberation in my head of thinking, and I was just like, bull. And then as I was thinking about it, it made me slow down. And I just feel like if maybe the facts weren't so gross.
They weren't gross. They were informative.
They were informative, enjoyable facts.
Mm-hmm.
From what I remember. This was actually a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
But I remember they were very informative, fun facts, and they didn't make me throw up at all.
He enjoyed it the whole time.
Yeah.
And another thing that I remember happening is if I sat forward, my stomach was beginning to the point where like any pressure on my stomach was making me feel very nauseous.
So that bitch was full.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had like a couple pounds of meat in there.
And then I was drinking a beer, and Jared said, you should probably slow down on that. The carbonation's going to catch up to you. And I was like, it's fine. And it did. Like, I was like, if I burp at any point, things are going to come up with it. So I think by number 30, I was feeling like, I was like, That's when doubt started seeping in. And I will go on after how I felt like after it a little bit later on, but that's when doubt stepped in.
Why don't you just go ahead and go right? How did you feel afterwards?
Well, I'll keep on
that's
going.
what I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Like, how did you feel directly after? Did you feel like you were going to, like you needed to unload some stuff?
At wing 34, my mouth started drying up, and I could not chew the hot wing. And like, as I was trying to slide the dry hot wing off the bones, my mouth, I had to start drinking water to like moisten my mouth as I was chewing on it, because I couldn't muster up the saliva to swallow it. And as the wing was hitting the back of my throat, I was like, oop, oop. And even Jared went and got me a bucket, because we were concerned that I was going to throw up all over Dan's space, which I had already dropped a bunch of hot wings on his floor, which I think he was rather perturbed by.
I'm just glad you ate them.
And then to turn and throw up all over his belongings, I think
I would have been very
would
upset.
have been unforgivable. I think our friendship would have been really strained after that.
Yes.
Understandably so.
So I was chugging back water, and then at one point I was like, I can't do this anymore, but I do want to finish one more wing. So I had to push myself just for one more wing. And you were even like, with how nauseous you feel, do you feel like one more wing is worth it? And I was like, just let me see if I could do it. I did, but I got to 35, 36, somewhere around there.
It was 36, I think.
Yeah. So I was a valiant attempt, I feel like. So instantly after, I was very uncomfortable. Like my stomach was, like it looked like I was pregnant. And I was like, and I couldn't get comfortable like sitting. And we were like trying, and I was like but that was another thing. My nose got like all swollen. Like my sinuses. Like I went from being able to like breathe out of my nose to my mouth was swollen, my tongue was swollen, my lips were swollen, and then my nose. And I couldn't breathe. And
You
I
think
thought
it
that
was from the hot sauce, or just from
I don't know.
Too much chewing? Or?
Maybe sodium. My fingers
yeah.
and my feet also became very swollen.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I couldn't put my shoes on.
Something I'll have to take
Like right after, or like the next day?
Like an hour after.
So this is everything happened like right after.
Yeah.
And then what about like later in the evening?
Physically or emotionally?
I don't care about your feelings.
So again, physically, I was just like very swollen. I was very fatigued. It felt like, I don't know, I was just super tired.
Okay.
I told Dylan, I was like, I got the itis, because I just it was almost like after Thanksgiving, when you need to go like lay down. because we ate a big meal. That's what I felt like.
How was the next morning?
It was fine.
You felt fine the next morning?
Yeah, it's actually funny because I received 3 or 4 text messages asking if I pooped yet. Because you guys were all asking me how.
To be fair, I ask you that every day. So that's not different.
Because I got it was like a chronicle. Like it was like, hey, have you pooped yet? And then a couple hours later, it was like, have you pooped yet? And then like a couple hours later, it was like, have you pooped yet? It was fine. That was fine.
So
fine.
not to be too graphic or weird about it.
It was okay.
Just a normal.
It was a normal poop.
Nothing strange about it. No,
I mean, I was a little gassy, but that's to be expected.
All right.
They weren't super hot wings, so I think that was fine.
Well, you didn't eat the super hot wings.
I did eat.
They were at the end.
Oh, they were at the end.
I ate those.
Oh, yeah. You said they weren't even that spicy.
They weren't. They were pretty tasty.
One. Emotionally, I was kind of disappointed. I was like, I shouldn't have given up so early. I should have just taken a couple of seconds and taken a break and then gotten back into it. I think I was feeling rushed because Dan was saying, he was like, we've been at this for an hour now. And I was like, I'm sorry. I'm trying to eat these hot wings.
Again, she's trying to put it on me.
Deflecting.
But I think if I would have just sat. Well, I was training. I was drinking a lot of water around that time. I was chugging water to expand my stomach. That's what reading into it.
Did you do any Botox?
I did not do any surgeries.
Yeah, so you're not even trying.
How many gallons of water did you drink?
I have
have you been practicing that at least?
Yeah. So I have like a half liter. No, maybe it's a full liter water bottle that I'll sit in the car if I'm like traveling places, and I'll try to chug it all at once. And then, so I've been drinking a lot of water.
Be careful.
I know that, again, it's all within moderation. I am peeing afterwards, so I'm not going to get like water toxicity. We have an episode that goes into that, but.
I think as long as you're getting sodium, you're good.
Yeah.
Sodium.
Oh, I got a lot of sodium that day.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's probably why I was so swollen.
All right. Well, do you have any kind of closing thoughts on the thing? Anybody you want to thank? Maybe the Lord or?
I want to take a second and thank Jesus.
You want to thank Jesus?
Thank you, Jesus.
All right.
I do think that.
What about your team? Did they let you down?
No, they did, because I feel like as a team, you guys were like wanting me to fail. And so I did fail, versus like if you guys were motivational and be like, yeah. When I brought home.
And I wanted to talk about this because as the guy who edits all these episodes, there's a recurring thing where Melinda will say, if one of you guys had said,
yeah, that did.
It comes up almost every episode where she's like, if one of you had said that this was dangerous or financially burdensome, I wouldn't have done it and we wouldn't be here now. And like, I think Melinda needs maybe a hug or like a friend or something. It's like a cry for help. It happens in like every episode.
Friends. You guys are my
none of them,
which is really unfortunate.
Yeah. I think you're barking up the wrong friends if you're looking for.
But here's another. I got home after buying the wings, and said partner looked at the wings and said, "You're not gonna do this. You're not gonna do this." And it's like, oh.
So like nobody
believes in
nobody believes in you, and you really just wanted someone to reach out and like, no, don't do this. It's dangerous. Stop.
They're good.
You're
it's
gonna
attention
die.
seeking. You're saying it's attention seeking.
That's.
No. Yeah. I mean, we started a podcast about eating hot wings, so why not?
Yeah, that's pretty freaking supportive. I've put a great deal of time.
Do you know how many tens of dollars I've spent on plugins and microphones?
Yeah.
Just for your dream of a podcast.
I developed a training regimen for you, a step-by-step process.
I do think I'm going to do it again.
I feel attacked.
We're going to have a second season, but we're going to hit it a little bit harder, I think. And by we, I mean me. I'm going to.
Well, you better. We're not going to have a very good podcast.
I felt disappointed in myself. And maybe that's why I'm so, maybe I'm lashing out because you guys are scapegoats. So I'm just like, but really deep down, the deeper problem is myself.
Yeah. I feel like there's a bus headed towards us. and somebody keeps trying to push me in front of it. And J-Rock too. And it's Melinda. Melinda's pushing us under the bus because she
Failed.
As I predicted from day one.
But there was a Rocky one. And I'm curious, was there a second Rocky?
Movie?
Yes.
No.
Really?
There's only one Rocky movie.
Ever.
Yep, just
He
one.
doesn't have a comeback.
They never, yeah.
No
He moved
comeback
directly
story.
on to Rambo, and there's only 10 of those. No Rocky 2. Never happened.
So listen to the episode, the rest of the episode, where you hear things as they unfold.
Well, I don't know if I'm, as the guy who does the editing,
Yeah.
this might be at the end, it might be at the beginning, I don't know yet.
Oh, okay. Well,
But-
at some point, because I do want to hear other people's commentary of whether or not Jared's facts were super gross, and if it warranted me being like, you should.
What were you
have-
saying about Rocky 2, though?
Oh yeah, what was I saying about Rocky 2? Oh, there's a
you've never
comeback story.
seen it.
It's a comeback story. I haven't
You've
seen
never
it.
seen Rocky 2. You don't know what happens.
I know, but there is a Rocky.
He
2.
actually gets abducted by aliens, and they probe a noose.
But he likes it.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
there you
And then
go.
it like opens up a whole new world.
That's
Yay.
what happens. And then in Rocky 3, he's a caveman for some reason.
It just
And
starts-
then,
no connotation. It's all the same characters, but they're all cavemen, but nobody explains
well, Pauly Shore's in
what
that
is.
one.
Oh, Polly. Okay,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
and
It's his best friend.
He digs Rocky up when they're digging a pool
Yeah.
in his backyard
Oh,
and finds him.
And then Rocky becomes the most popular guy at the high school, right?
yeah, that's
Okay.
basically what happens. And then in Rocky 4, Rocky just wants to dance, but there's no dancing allowed in his town.
hmm
And so he like dances secretly.
And this is 1930s Germany, correct?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, this is I think it's in the 80s in
Oh.
Nebraska.
Hmm.
And then in Rocky 5, he finds an alien and puts him in his,
And then he probes
Bike.
that alien.
yeah, it's a revenge.
That's a revenge
Thing.
story.
But he rides around with him in his bike and gives him Reese's Pieces and then
Probes him.
probes him.
Oh.
And turns out the alien really likes it too.
In both movies, they find out secretly that they like the probing. The aliens are like, take this. And he's like, oh, all right. And then, like,
And there you go. That's
Gets
a summary
the-
of all the Rocky
Wow.
movies. I think you got them all right.
That's
Oh, no,
you,
there
you
are
missed a couple minor points. but
minor
that's-
points. Was there another
mostly.
one? What was the one where the guy shows up naked from the future? Is that Rocky?
That was one of the new ones that they did with Michael B. Jordan.
Right. Yeah. Yep. And he's made out of metal.
did he? Yeah, I was going to say, I thought he was trying to kill a bunch of people.
He's trying to kill Sarah Connor, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good one.
That's the-
I did see that Rocky.
That one's pretty
Actually, I
good.
didn't realize that was
That's a
part of
good
the
one.
series.
all movies are Rocky. Anyway, so on that fun Rocky update,
Yeah.
Anybody have anything else to say about this
I'm coming
next
back.
season?
I'm going to come back. I'm going to make my strongest.
So the long and the
Debut.
short of all this is that we're going to do another season. We'll start recording it in the future.
Yeah, we're in production mode right now,
Mm-hmm.
putting together some new episodes. Got a couple cool things we're working on, but it's gonna be a couple weeks before you
Yeah.
hear from us again. 'Cause,
Yeah.
we still got to go.
My
around
suggestion
stupid
is
jobs.
go to the beginning and like re-listen through it again, and then let us know all the Easter eggs that we actually set out there, and then write those all down, and then comment on our Instagram all the Easter eggs that you found, because there are tons out there.
Can you comment on Instagram? Is that a thing? I still haven't.
Yeah,
figured out how
you
it
can
works.
comment on Instagram.
Yeah. There's like it looks like a little thought bubble.
but it has to be on a post, right? You can't just send us a. You can't just
You can DM.
slide into our DMs.
You can.
Yeah, I think that's where that comes from.
I
actually.
get bots
Oh.
DM us all the time. Like I'll get like a message. I'm like, "Ooh, I'm important," and it's actually just a bot. I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Well, that DM us hard.
Yeah.
Slide in that shit.
Yeah.
hard.
Slide into our
hardly
DMs
into our
like
DMs.
Rocky slid into that poor alien.
Yeah.
Yuck. That's pretty gross. If I was eating 40 wings right now, I'd throw up.
Yeah.
Okay, so season 2 coming soon.
Yep. And thanks for hanging out in season 1. It was fun. Except for when I almost threw up in Dan's living areas.
Yeah, we're going to get a tarp for the next one. We'll have some more safety features.
Good call.
Yeah. All right. Wrapping it up.
It's Rocky Road.
Oh, all right. Welcome, everyone. We are live. Sort of. We're not live.
No, we're not
It's not going to be live.
It's live
Anyway,
for us.
This is going to be the finale episode of season 1 of the podcast, the Bone In podcast. Melinda is going to try to eat a buttload of wings.
A buttload of wings.
A buttload in this case is 50 wings.
Yeah. I still feel like that it's not 200, but it's a good stepping stone to say if you could eat 50, obviously that's a large amount.
Well, it's kind of like it's like a cliffhanger for everyone because
guess,
if you don't do this, then
Are they going to
there's
come
no-
back?
There's no point in us continuing.
Right, yeah.
So it's
if
like
you can't
watching.
get to 50, then we
But
got
here's the
we got
deal.
problems.
Did Rocky win in the first movie?
Nah.
Exactly. And they made a second movie where he
Ooh.
did win. So maybe I might not make it now, but we don't know how
That's
things are in the future.
Yeah,
that's a pretty
So
good
think
point.
about
that's a
that.
good point.
Not everything has to be a slave.
I was ready to quit. I was hoping this would be it.
I figured this would be our last
Speaking
episode.
of Rocky, R.I.P. Carl Weathers.
Yeah. Dan tried to have a moment of silence, but I didn't understand.
This fucking bitch's no moment was. She texted me right back.
Yeah, I saw that.
She's like, I waited like a second.
And then you had to like do a countdown. I was like, I was just not prepared.
Just for if people out there don't know, I Googled, and a moment of silence is 1 to 3 minutes.
I
It's
felt
the
like I gave you
accepted-
1 to 3 minutes. I feel like I gave you a
Not
minute.
even close.
I've never been a part of a moment of silence that went on for 1 to 3 minutes.
That
That
is the
seems
accepted value of a moment. 1 to 3 minutes.
Are you saying that you were part of a moment of silence that was longer than 1 to 3 minutes? or
no,
less
it's usually
than
like
30
10
seconds.
seconds.
Yeah, that's. And technically, I was silent. Like a text message isn't loud. It just like appeared.
You're not supposed to do anything.
Okay.
You
Oh.
just
You
put
fold-
your head down,
Huh? Well, you didn't.
shut your damn mouth. You don't text. You just reflect on the greatness that was Carl Weathers, Action Jackson,
Hmm.
Chubbs.
Oh, Chubbs. I forgot about that.
He was in Predator.
Oh, he was in Predator.
oh,
Wasn't a
part of a
lot.
meme too.
Yeah.
Memist.
Yeah, he's a memer. Anyway, enough of. We already did the moment of silence like a week ago, so we don't have to do it now. But so you've got 50 wings. We're gonna weigh these things up.
Yep.
And then you're gonna eat them.
And I'm going to eat them. And then what are we going to do? Obviously, nobody just wants to sit here and like hear me eating 50 wings. So you said that you brought some material, some
Yes.
stand-up material.
We're gonna do some banter.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it stand-up material.
Mm.
It's just fun, quirky facts.
I did want to do a couple of things, such as like a speed round. I did want to see how many I can get through, like 10, like fast. I want to see how many I could like pouch. Remember how we were talking about
Mhm.
pouching or cheeky? What was
It's
the
chipmunking.
chipmunking? Okay, I'm pouching.
It's where you put it in your pouch.
Yeah, I'm
Let's
gonna
call
try
it
to
pouching.
like put it in my pouch, and then
You put it in your marsupial pouch.
and then I'll just try to make it through the rest. My significant other does not think I could get through all 50, so that was a nice talk this morning, being like, gonna fail, and I was like, you of all people should be celebrating me right now, but no, he thinks I'm gonna fail. So there we
See,
go.
nobody.
Yeah, nobody
in you.
believes in me.
Do we want to take bets right now? I think we're
Like
probably
money
all-
bets.
I'm not putting money on the. Well,
Do you think? How about beers tonight? You buy. A
If
beer
you eat
for-
all
yeah.
50, I'll buy you a beer.
Okay, that sounds good.
deal?
All right, 2 beers. There we go. If I get
Oh,
all
for
50,
One from each of us.
yeah.
All right. Yeah. If,
Yeah, we each buy
if
a
you
beer,
eat
that's
all
fair.
50, you don't pay for your beer tonight. Okay. That's.
There we go.
I'll be gracious. I got
Yeah.
a new job. I got paid this week.
How many?
I was for listeners at home. That was me signifying Dan. Like, I don't know what
Paying
do you call
strippers.
that?
That's
Yeah,
the paying strippers.
Oh, there we go.
All right. You gonna weigh these things or what?
Yeah. Okay. So you said not in the boxes, but you want me to just put it on the plate.
Yeah, we don't want to weigh the.
All right. So,
I mean, we're just getting an idea,
Yeah.
right? This is
so should I do this in pounds? Should I do it in grams? Like, what is the best scientifically
well, we do
accurate?
have a foreign listener, so we
Oh.
should probably do both.
Okay. So let's see here.
Shout out to the.
we have a foreign listener.
We
don't
do. We have a couple.
cool.
One in Latvia and one in Poland
Oh.
and one in Germany.
Well, hello,
Ooh.
listeners. So I'm going to do it in
Guten
grams.
Tag.
And
Hello
then,
to
Ooh.
possibly my brother or my niece.
No.
Or cousin or aunt. I got some Germans.
Nah. So I'm going to measure in grams first, and then I'll just go over to the units to see how many pounds. I don't think it's going to be much in pounds. That's just my hypothesis. I don't think it's going to be a lot. So,
Well, 50 wings should be like 5.
I'm going to say 6 pounds.
Yeah.
Why don't you want me to fire off one
Yeah.
of these facts here?
yeah.
Pandas can poop up to 62 pounds per day.
How much do they eat per day?
Probably more than that, right? Because poop is you're absorbing some of the
Well, it
some
depends
of
on
it.
it depends on the
Yeah.
animal, right? Because geese, like, they spend their whole day eating and they shit out all of it, like, immediately.
How
That's why because we used to have a geese problem in
Oh,
Colorado.
no, I just dropped a hot wing on your
And-
floor. Oh, no. I'm going to have to eat that.
if you want the beers, yeah. Back to this.
Just
This-
put it at
this
the
goose
end. You're
problem.
not going to care what it tastes like.
Back to the goose problem. So they
Do we need a bigger plate or something?
I'm thinking,
just weigh them inside the things.
Dan said no.
Those
how is she
probably
gonna-
weigh.
I could
How much do
find
all
out.
three of those,
Okay,
four
hold
of
on.
those weigh?
Well, you could have just weighed one
That's
pack
what I
and
s-
then multiplied it by 5.
That's what I said earlier. And he's like, I'll go get you a plate. Okay.
but not in. You could have just.
That's okay.
I didn't say you had to put them all on the plate.
So this weighs 77 grams. Somebody write that down.
I'll get it.
What should I do?
I don't. I don't care anymore.
You said to weigh 1, correct? And we'll subtract it.
Just stack them up. Put them all on there.
It's too late for my plan.
Okay.
So the train has sailed.
I just like have an
Ran
awkward
into an iceberg.
plan of or plate of
We'll
wings.
just. It's what is that? Maybe like 3 ounces worth of packaging.
Hold on. I could do it.
That's what I was saying. That's
Yeah.
not heavy enough that we should be.
It's 2.72 ounces.
Cool. What's that in America?
In America, that is
That's 2.72 ounces. Is that empty?
yeah. Well, it
Oh.
has like sauce in it.
Oh, you're
Sorry,
weighing
I'm-
the empty one.
Yes, so I'm weighing the empty one. For listeners at home, there's like a weird paper in there with some sauce on it. But do you think that will be pretty uniform throughout?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Just weigh one with them in there, and let's just multiply that by 5.
okay.
This has become annoying to me.
This is a scientific podcast, so we should be scientific.
No, we
about
are
it.
not a scientific podcast. We established this.
You don't have to put them all back in. Just do it. Just do a full. Just do one
Just
that
do a full
already has
one.
the wings in it.
Give us another fact, J Rock.
Well, can we finish up with the goose thing? I wasn't aware that we had a goose problem.
Yeah, I think they were killing them and feeding them to homeless people
In Denver.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah.
That was
because they shit so much around the lake up there and stuff.
so they just eat all day and then shit it out immediately.
But then they were like, people were upset, so then they killed them and fed them to different homeless people, not in Denver. I think.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's a lot more humane to make them travel first.
Did
yeah.
you want to hear the weight of the full one with the
Go for it. Give it to me.
okay, 13.6. I'm sorry, 13.2 ounces.
Okay, and that one was 2 ounces, so just call it 11 ounces per.
Mhm.
So we got 5. So
Mhm.
yeah, 55. 55 ounces in pounds is. Brum, 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 brum. 3.43 ounces or pounds. That's
It's not a lot.
That's less
that's
than
not
I
a
thought.
lot.
That's a lot for a meal, though.
Yeah.
I mean, like a normal meal is. I don't know. Actually, I never weigh
feel
my
like-
meals.
Come to think of it,
Come to
I
think of
think
it, I've never weighed a meal. But like, if you think about like a steak dinner,
that's how I'm thinking of it. Yeah,
like an 18-ounce steak is a big steak.
yeah.
So
But you got to think there's bone in there.
That's
So
why
that's not 3 pounds of.
I want to weigh it afterward. I want to weigh the bones afterwards. 'cause I
weigh
wanna
the
see-
trash.
Yeah, because I want to see how much weight is actually in bones.
If you remember when we did the weight, there was a pretty big range. So, that probably about checks out. So 3 would be 3-4 times. I think it was 12 to 25 pounds. So looks like you're on the light end of it. You really lucked out with this one.
Yeah.
Those look like big wings, though.
So there's a place that we routinely go to, and their wings are actually really small. Back in the day, they used to be this size, but I think they're half of this. So I kind of contemplated purchasing those wings, but I was like, that's kind of defeats the purpose because I know that those ones are smaller. So
You thought about cheating.
yeah,
Is that
exactly.
what you're saying?
Yeah.
Give us another fact, J-Rock.
Wombats have cubed shaped poop.
Huh.
Why?
I didn't.
So you didn't
into it,
get
but-
any of that. You just got random facts. You
Yeah.
didn't get any.
This was pretty last minute. I realized we didn't have anything for today, so I thought, well, I should probably do something.
All right. So
Do I just start?
are
Do
you
I
going to
just
start
go?
a timer?
Yeah. So what are we doing?
Okay.
10 minutes, and you're gonna see how many you can do.
Yeah, we'll do that. 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ready? Go.
Go. All right, J-Rock.
You want another fact, or you want to?
Give me another fact.
Well, we got to go slow because I only got 10.
You only got 10 facts?
Yeah. So sloths cannot shiver.
Would they? They're from. Is that because they're
Well,
from warm climates?
They are from warm climates, but maybe. Do you think to find this out, somebody brought it to a cold climate? Well, you have zoos, so that's probably what it was. Is they're like in a
Do
zoo
many
in Boston
animals-
or something, and
I didn't realize many animals shiver, but
dogs shiver.
dogs do. Yeah, it's the only animal I know I've met in real life.
I think I've seen a cat shiver,
I've never met a cat.
not once.
Yeah.
Do you know what a cat is?
They're the shitty dogs, the ones that girls like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see
I've
two
seen 'em.
there. What are you two? Do you have a clear view? She might try to hide some from us.
It's on the. We're videotaping the whole thing.
Yeah. Remember, this is on video.
Oh, do you want to move that bucket closer to her?
Do you,
No, like the part again, I'm really trying not to wipe
dear,
my face.
this is time. So
Like, I'm
I wouldn't.
tired.
Yeah. Shut up and eat.
You are 1.5 minutes in.
So do you have since we're sitting here, do you have a bone to pick with anything this week?
Oh, probably. Buying stuff online. I think that's become quite. Oh, yeah, I do. So, speaking of online, just in general, it's become. Remember how great it was in the early days to buy shit online? Like how it was breaking the chains we had, chaining us to brick and mortar stores.
Yep.
It was the new frontier. Everything was better about it. More selection, better prices. And it just turned to total dog shit.
Yeah. But do you have can you expand on that a little bit, or just in general you hate it?
In general. And I had an old man moment not too long ago where I was thinking about how I could explain to a kid what was different about Google back in the day and what was actually so great about them and what set them apart from other search engines.
About that. So I have a thing that is directly down this. So I don't remember what I was Googling. I was Googling a company that I knew made a thing. And then the first result was a different company that made a similar thing.
Yeah.
That's what you're talking about.
That's
right?
exactly what I'm talking about. So if
you can buy the top now. You can have your search result be the number one search result for like a certain thing. Like if you were buying a cell phone.
it's become an advertising service is essentially what it was.
Yeah.
And for anybody who doesn't know, for those youngsters out there, I don't know. You think we skew? The hosting service doesn't give us any analytics on age. So I don't know if we have any young listeners. If we do.
Anyone who's listening is probably friends of ours or people we're related to. So
they're all mostly good.
Do you know any young people?
Yeah.
I mean, right now, like I don't think anybody's listening to us.
No, probably not.
We didn't send a link to.
But just in case, so Google wasn't the first search engine there was.
Was it Alta Vista?
God, what was it? Probably.
Was it Lycos? Netscape? No,
I remember. I would just remember like AOL, MSN, the standards.
Who was the first one?
Probably Alta Vista.
You think?
Or just like a command prompt that you would have to know the exact
what was
hypertext
that?
for.
Do you remember that town that was in Parks and Recs where they all used Alta Vista?
No.
It was really funny.
But anyhow, the thing that set Google apart was before you kind of had to know what you were looking for. You did have a little bit of, you could search in like naked boobies and it would give you naked boobies, but you usually had to know what you were going for. What Google did was it allowed you to type in a phrase or something only slightly related or questions. That's the big thing. And that's what's frustrating with the whole promotion thing is when you're trying to get a question. You used to be able to Google something like you're working on your car and you have a very specific problem. Mm-hmm. And that was what was awesome about it was you could type that in, find the one other person out there who had the same problem and find out how they fixed it. Now you can't do that because now it's going to pull up websites that are trying to sell car related products and then 50 other things. And you got to scroll to the second or third page before you find the first forum where somebody was talking about this actual problem.
Mm-hmm. And they don't even have pages anymore. Like on my phone, it just keeps going.
Yeah, it comes up with like different tiles, and then
it's bad now.
It's
not good. But I did find out that the first search engine was called Archie.
Archie. That probably stands for something, doesn't it?
I don't know. It was created in 1990 by Alan M. Taj, a student at McGill University in Montreal.
Huh.
Canadians. First search engine.
Go Canada.
Go Canada.
Melinda, you're at 6 minutes. I forgot she was there.
Did you poop yet? Mm-hmm. Did you puke? Yeah, she's not doing so good, I don't think.
It's a swallowing. It's the swallowing.
Any I have a bone to pick. Let's do a little baby bone to picks while Melinda's
baby bone to pick. You want to preface it with a hot fact?
Yeah, give me a hot fact.
A tablespoon of human semen contains 20 calories.
That's it?
That's it, yeah. Well, a tablespoon, that's not very much.
Is there variation at all? You didn't get any background, did you?
No, again, this was pretty cursory. That's a good question.
A tablespoon?
Though. You think that is that tied to masculinity?
Yeah.
Bro, your semen is
Does a bigger dude
shit.
have heavier loads?
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't be a heavier load. We're talking calorie per, the
density.
Density, yes. Yeah. So a light,
a more dense load,
runny load versus a nice,
dude. Your loads are
creamy.
So dense.
Nice load, bro. Great consistency.
Hey man, she's trying to eat over there. You're being gross.
This is gross.
Do you think that has to do with hydration? Like if you're really hydrated, you get runny,
like a runny load.
Jizz?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like talking about loads.
Yeah, I just I want it to be known that I was doing fine up until we started talking about loads, and now I'm like,
don't blame it on the loads.
Don't blame it on the loads. Look at her go, dude. She's doing that thing.
The flat thing. You didn't get. There's still some There's a little something
There's a
inside
lot
there.
of
Like
meat
the
on
idea is I think you're doing it wrong. We might have to look at that.
We're gonna have to get a trainer or something.
2 minutes left.
An amateur. Anyway, so the bone I have to pick is with a phrase that I don't like, and it's "I did a thing." You ever hear people say that?
I have, and I feel like it can be funny.
I mean, like 10 years ago, when it was new.
Do you have some context? Did you hear somebody use this?
Usually when I hear somebody use it, it's because they bought something. And
no, it has to be like...
and they didn't actually do a thing. I mean, like they just bought something.
I'll agree with you. That's lame. But if you like royally fuck something up and you're like, I did a thing.
Yeah. Maybe there's a context for it.
It's like, I got my cousin pregnant.
Yeah. Like, did
a thing. That would count.
Or if you accidentally like shoot a cat or something, you're like, oh man, did a thing. Officer.
Oh, you get out. You get on out of here.
Did I do that?
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
We'll have to hone in on this because...
Dude, I might have to roll back my disbelief.
Are we going to be buying some beers?
In this bitch. That's a lot of wings.
Is it spicy? Are you sniffling? Yeah, some sniffles. Should have started with the plane.
Stop touching your mouth.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Give her a second.
That one doesn't count.
In a competition, I think
Would
that
that
would
count?
It's inside her mouth. So, but they do keep going because you got to get it down in a certain amount of time. So you can't just like leave that in for the next hour. That's gotta go on.
You can't just pouch it for an hour.
Yeah.
Were you chipmunking at all?
Were you squirreling? That's where you bury it in my yard.
I do need a nap. My nose is like running.
Here, I'll get you.
Yeah. So, I have a story about a thing. That whole phrase that you just said, and it's
I did a
hilarious.
thing.
I did a thing. So, a decade ago, we went to, and Jared, I think he was there, maybe. No. If you hand me toilet paper, I'm going to throw up. No, I'm not going to do that. No.
It's not used.
I don't care. There's something about it like... Hold on. Maybe we should pause so I can go grab a napkin.
Jared, if you head into the kitchen, there should be some on the wall on the right. If there's not, then fuck her.
I'm gonna wait until Jared comes back to tell the story.
So you've got 18 wings down
in 10 minutes.
In 10 minutes, which I'm not gonna lie, I think it's a little impressive.
I do want to preface.
I still don't think you're gonna do it.
Jared mentioned the loads. As soon as he started talking about loads,
Jared always mentions loads.
Made me,
so you're just gonna have to get used to that. Like, how many times have you hung out with this dude and not talked about loads?
Yeah, it's true. But the fact that I'm sitting
He's obsessed with loads.
Stuffing my face, and he goes into fair. Like runny. Like, it was the consistency. You've never talked about the consistency of jizz before.
I've never thought about it
going and be like, there's pudding jizz, there's running jizz.
He definitely has. Just not in this. To you.
Yeah.
I guarantee you this guy has talked about the consistency of loads before.
Maybe
I can see it by the goatee on his face.
I probably have.
I zoned it out. But what I was telling Dan during the commercial break was the hard bits were hard. And that was what caught me up.
Damn.
The hard bits were difficult.
The super crispy parts, like you right before we started going, you were like, "Don't choke," and one kind of went down weird, and I was like, "Oh, like I could easily choke on this." Yeah.
But yeah, what did you say? 18?
Yeah, in 10 minutes.
Well, I mean, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I still don't think she's, gonna break the world record or anything.
And that was
like
my first time ever doing a speed round. I've never done this before.
Yeah, you still got a little ways.
Yeah.
But
You're still a bum.
But okay, so I have a story about somebody coming
Loads.
up to me, not loads, but somebody coming up to me and said I did a thing. So maybe we're there, maybe you weren't, but we used to be into off trail racing. Do you remember that at Xterra?
no.
Where like with the buggies and stuff, and they would like race the track.
Oh yeah.
At Rand,
Yeah, okay.
yeah. So we went with a group of friends, and we have a friend. He's tall and wild, and we just don't know what he's up to at all times. He's probably listening. I know that he listens, but anyways. So he goes and he disappears for about 15 minutes. And then he comes back and he's all sweaty. He's all sweaty and he's like kind of has this grin on his face. And I was like, "What's up? Are you
Let
okay?"
me just say this is the appropriate time.
Yeah,
to
this
say,
is a funny instance to
And everybody
Because
starts looking
he
at him
did
because
a
he
thing.
is acting suspicious and he's like, "I did a thing." And in the distance you hear, "Oh no. Oh man." There are 2 porta potties for this event, and he pooped the biggest poop in the urinal, and it just sat there, and nobody could use it because of how much it stunk up the urinal of this porta potty. So he did a thing.
He did. That's yes, and that was hilarious, and that was
Yeah.
appropriate.
And that's
use of
exactly
that.
what I'm talking about. If you're going to say, I did a thing, you should have done a thing.
Yeah.
It's not for, I went and bought something. I spent a bunch of money on something stupid. That's not, I did a thing.
We all do that.
Yeah, everyone does that. It's not a thing. Shitting in the wrong part of the porta potty is a thing. That guy did a thing.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what that's where my bone to pick comes from.
Hmm.
Also, we have to stop saying that, I think. Yeah.
Should we announce that we didn't realize that was a thing?
Let's not announce it just yet. Let's
Okay.
pretend like we didn't realize it till later.
Ooh.
Yeah.
After the first season.
Let's wrap this season up.
Okay. So going forward, what are we doing now? How many I could cheek? Or should I finish these 2 and then we should weigh these bones? Or
Kind of up to you. I think we just want to see if you can.
Yeah, I say
What's your capacity?
just finish it out and see how many of those bad boys you can get. You're already damn near halfway through.
yeah. So what's the deal on breaks? Can I take a break? Can I do like 10 break?
I say at this point it doesn't matter. However, you just go until you're done. If you got to take a break,
I
you
think
got to go.
Yeah, we're just testing the waters to see if there's any point in continuing.
Yeah.
I guess.
see what your capacity
Oh,
is.
is this an interview?
Yeah.
We waited to the end of the season to interview me whether or not I could do this?
Yes. Well, we had to train you and we had to inspire
Go
you by
over-
showing you Rocky.
Go over the facts.
Yeah, we did show you that Rocky movie, and
Yeah.
that should have done the trick.
Yeah. I feel like, and
That's the
There
only
you
reason
go.
she got 18 wings down.
there we go. In 10
Yeah.
minutes. Honestly, I do think that if it wasn't for Jizz Talk, I would have gotten more.
Like, don't blame it on the jizz.
Dude, Jizz gets a bad rap. Like,
Especially thin
Well,
jizz.
yeah.
That's
I think that
those poor guys that got
even
thin
like
jizz.
I
never
don't like
catch a
blow
break.
my nose and then talk about it, but like, whoa, look at
no, I don't think, and none of us would care. None of us are offended by Jizz.
No, it's just that is what held me back, and I feel like if we were to do this again, no Jizz Talk. I think that
I don't think that's a rule in the competition, though. Like, what if one of the other competitors is just talking about Jizz the whole time?
I don't
People
think-
might be genuinely curious.
Because, like in baseball, like I was a catcher. That's not a euphemism, like an actual catcher. And I had to talk shit to that was part of the thing. I had to talk shit to the batter.
But if there's competitors, they're also eating, so they're
I
not
was
going to be
good at it, too.
talking.
I was gonna say, do you have any gems you can drop on
I
us?
don't remember. It was a long time ago, but I got in trouble for it once.
You were doing a good job
I
then.
was doing a great job, and the ump did not like what I said. I can't remember what it was.
Are we talking about moms?
I think I was talking about moms.
Mm.
I think his mom was dead.
Oh,
I didn't know.
it's
Maybe I knew. Who fucking cares?
Hmm.
It was a long time ago. Long time ago. I had to apologize. I was forced to apologize. And I did that. So
I like how you did Trump hands when you were talking about.
I was
The cameras are on Dan, so you didn't see that he was saying
I was doing
things
Trump
like
hands. Yeah, I
very
did
Trump
Trumps.
hands.
I was
yeah.
forced.
So did we record how much weight?
Did your chair just break?
I hit it with my leg, and
This has been a very unprofessional episode.
I know.
We
It's been a little
really,
bit.
we
Sorry,
really are
guys.
winging it.
Yeah, we are winging it. We should name it Winging It. Did we record
I thought we were gonna call it Bonely Fans.
Bonely Fans?
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to name the whole podcast "Bonely Fans."
Oh, okay.
I forgot. Oh, did we record how much weight?
Drop a comment. Let us know. Should we change our name to "Bonely Fans"?
There we go. Because my concern is eating on camera, bringing in perverts, and you were like, eh. And then that's how Dan came up with Bonely Fans.
Yeah, perverts are welcome here.
There's some in the room right now.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, you can't stop talking about
You
jizz.
can't stop talking about jizz.
That's fair.
It's you.
Like, I think like 50% of your facts have been about bodily functions.
The next one isn't.
Isn't it? What is it?
A group of beavers is called a lodge.
Oh. That's super boring. Did you know what a group of crows is called?
A murder.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, it's the right animal for it.
Yeah.
Like the crows just seem murdery.
They're really smart.
They are.
Yeah. And I found out there's basically no difference between a crow and a raven. Just like slight physical. They're like the same bird. And crows are like ravens get credit for being the smartest bird. But I think, and I'm probably wrong about this, I'm not a crow expert, but I think they're like the exact same. Like crows are just as smart as ravens.
We should befriend a crow and have him as a mascot.
I had a friend that was a crow once.
How'd it work out?
He left.
I
It
believe
sounded like a very
He
good
flew away.
friend.
It was a short friendship, but I was feeding him French fries, and this was when I worked at a fast food place. I was feeding him French fries, and then he came back like the next day, and I fed him more. It was like a 3-day long friendship, and I assume he got murdered.
Or just found somebody else that would give him French fries.
Yeah,
Or
yeah. He found
something better.
found a better food source.
closer to where he lives.
But his name was Eric.
That's okay.
Yeah, I named him after the idiot that worked in the restaurant.
You didn't name him Russell Crowe?
I didn't. I don't think I knew who that guy was back then. I worked at this fast food place in 2000 and whenever the 9/11 happened, 2001.
He was around. He had what was his big movie late 90s? Was it the lawyer one? I don't know. I can't remember. He was around prior to
I think Beautiful Mind came out 2000. I don't know. It was in the 2000s though. Sure.
you really missed out on an opportunity there, I think.
Yeah. No, I definitely did. Definitely did. But, wait, what movie was he in?
Beautiful Mind, and then wasn't he in
Like his big one. He was in Gladiator.
I have a computer in front of me. We don't have to ask
Master
this.
and Commander. Is that a thing?
Well, that was later.
But he got famous from Gladiator, right? Nobody knew who he was until Gladiator.
Like I said, we got a. It's not on your Wi-Fi.
I got a dry
You're not on my
rub wing,
Wi-Fi?
This is.
and the issue that I'm having now, and you had mentioned it when we rolled up, and you saw that some of these are plain. I just wanted to get
that's a mistake.
the dry rub ones are gonna be a bitch. This is gonna be an issue. I didn't even think about it.
We talked about it back in episode 2. Was it episode 2?
Mm-hmm.
What makes perfect wing?
Yep, that's the one.
Dry rub is fucking bullshit. Lemon pepper wings
These are dry.
are
That's
bullshit.
Well, that's an entirely different level. So there's no seasoning on that.
No, this
There's
is
no
not.
sauce.
So this isn't plain. This is lemon pepper, and she is dry.
It looks dry.
She's dry.
That's going to slow you down.
Do you want to spit on her?
Again, perverts in the room. There we go.
I mean, like,
The call's coming
we
from
can't
inside
talk
the
about
house.
loads. We can't talk about dryness. Jesus. So many rules here.
LA Confidential was what I was thinking of. I think it was a cop in that. I don't know. I was thinking lawyer, but that was 1997.
And who are we talking about?
Russell Crowe.
Oh, Russell Crowe.
And Gladiator was 2000. So
James Bird. Yeah, 2000. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I missed it. I blew it, man. I had a friend who was a crow, and I didn't name him Russell. I get it. I failed.
he got really fat.
Yeah, he's very fat.
Don't beat me up, Russell.
He's still, yeah, he's
Sorry I called you fat.
powerful.
He's powerful. He's Australian. He's so he's a tough.
Any
son of a bitch.
Australian, I think, can beat up any American.
Yeah, that's probably true. Other than like, who's a real tough American? Who's a big tough guy?
Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, he couldn't beat up Rocky
Nobody can beat up Rocky.
except for.
Hulk Hogan.
Oh no, he's getting his ass whooped by it. So, funny Hogan story. My grandpappy used to watch wrestling, and I remember watching a. You guys remember the show Thunder in Paradise with Mr. Hogan,
No.
where he drove his badass cigar boat around. I don't know.
Hulk Hogan. Oh yeah, I do
Yeah.
remember that. Oh yeah.
So we were.
This
watching,
is right around Baywatch time, right?
Probably, yeah. It sounds like a Baywatch, like they were trying to get in on that market.
Yeah.
So we're sitting around watching wrestling one night, and Hogan comes out, and he's got a neck brace on, right? And that's like the big moment. Like this is the main fight. And he comes out, and he challenges the guy, gets in the ring, but the guy rips his thing off, and then snaps his neck again, right?
Yeah.
So he's all fucked up. I don't remember if he won or lost, but little 5-6-year-old me couldn't comprehend how he had just gotten his neck broken, but then was able to go out and drive his cigar boat around the Caribbean or wherever they were at right after getting his neck broken on the last match he played in.
Oh, so you cracked the code. That's how you found out it was fake.
That's how I found out everything was fake.
So, I love wrestling. Like not currently, but when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I still there's a show on Vice called like The Dark Side of Wrestling, and I watch every single episode of that.
I 100% get the draw of it.
Yeah.
And
It's
then
fun stuff.
it is. It's cool.
Yeah.
But little old dumb me kid couldn't understand that.
I mean,
things were filmed at different
Yeah.
periods of time.
Yeah. That was filmed way before.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just ran out.
Yep. Like I thought he got done with the match and then went outside and
Well, you thought he was the
There was
same guy.
right, yeah,
Yeah.
same guy in the same time period. Like
Not Terry. Oh, what's his last name? Terry. It's Terry something. His real name is Terry.
couldn't tell you.
I don't know.
He looks like a Terry.
Yeah, his name's Terry.
His golden blonde, silky hair and his
Oh, shit. I did it
hot
again.
tie.
Fuck this chair. This has never happened before.
How you doing? I keep forgetting you're over there. We got some really compelling discourse going on here.
This bitch is eating some wings, dude.
She's some down. Judging by the boxes, you're just about coming in on halfway. What are these, 10 apiece?
So that's about 30 down.
Oh yeah, so I
That's-
see the other one there.
That's already you're already matching my record, my personal record.
Oh, I'm coming up. Sorry. I'm gonna see how many I could fit in my cheek pouch.
You want
Thank you.
you want chipmunk?
Yeah, I think. I feel like that's dangerous though. So when you mentioned it, I was like, oh yeah. But now that I'm like eating it and there's like bits, I feel like, can you have that much? Can you chipmunk at the end, or do you have to like finish it? What's the time?
You have to
limit?
finish it. That's
Okay.
the key. Is you can fit a little extra, but you're gonna have to finish it.
Okay. I don't know why people do that.
Yeah, me neither. I wouldn't worry about it. Just
Yeah.
Just keep doing what you're doing. Let's see how many you can get.
Okay.
I might be buying some beers.
Yeah. Well, I'm not done. Like I'm feeling like I'm full, but not uncomfortably full right now.
I feel like this isn't a linear scale though. Like
Yeah.
it's gonna, when it hits, it's gonna hit.
Yeah.
And the
We'll
last
see.
couple are gonna.
I think, and my issue is I have 10 plain left and then 10 spicy. So I don't know if I should start with the spicy first or do I start with the plain first? So,
I think it's a good move keeping the spicy to the very end
okay.
because then it's not.
Motivational.
Well, if you would have started with it, then it's just burning your mouth for the next.
I think I ordered
Several.
some extra crispy, and I think those are the first ones that I started with were the extra crispy because those were hard, even compared to the lemon pepper, who are dry. She dry, but those were wet. Those were very wet, and they were still hard to get down. So
She dry.
I'll just keep on keeping on.
You guys want another fact?
Give me a fact, bro.
Oh,
Do you have a fact?
I do, but I switched the window.
Oh God, this guy, man.
This
guy.
I got another complaint with interfaces these days.
Mm-hmm. What kind of interfaces?
The ones that not interface. What do you call this? Operating systems.
Operating systems.
They suck.
The Windows?
They perfected it years ago. There was no reasons to go away from. I'd say
Are you
Windows 7. Windows 7 was the pinnacle of.
I don't think this isn't good radio talk, but are you on 11? Is that your problem?
Yes.
Yeah. Mistake. Should have stayed on 10.
It's terrible.
All right. I'm going to do another bone to pick because I don't want to talk about operating systems.
Okay. My fun fact wasn't about that.
Okay. Did you find it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Unit 731 Army Engineer Hasato Yoshimiro conducted experiments by taking captives outside, dipping various appendages into water of varying temperatures, and allowing the limb to freeze. Once frozen, Yoshimura would strike their affected limbs with a short stick, emitting a sound resembling that which a board gives when it's struck. Ice was then chipped away, with the affected area being subjected to various treatments, such as being doused in water, exposed to the heat of fire, etc.
So here's the deal. All of your fun facts are runny loads in limbs. You pick-
Oh, yeah, I didn't even realize that.
I'm like sitting here eating hot wings and you're like,
Oh, like you didn't already know that fact. I know for a fact you know that fact.
no, but I'm just saying that he's talking about limbs. And I'm like sitting over here and you're talking about like the freezing of
No,
human meat
but
and
you're already like that's already in your psyche.
repertoire.
You knew about that.
You knew about that.
Just saying.
I know you did. We've had that exact conversation before. Anyway, good fact. Good fact.
I thought so.
Yeah. Those I don't want to paint with too broad of a brush, but those Japanese guys in World War II were fucking brutal.
That might be the lowest humanity ever got, was Unit 731. That might be the worst thing.
I
that's
think
ever
maybe
happened.
just World War II, and I mean,
But
No,
being
no, no.
being a subset of World War II, that's
yeah,
the
yeah, maybe. I don't
life
know.
on Earth may have not been worse.
There's a lot
than-
worse. I mean, not a lot worse, but there's, the Dr. Mengele was pretty low too. I mean, like I don't think we should start the game of like, what's the worst thing we can find?
Who had the worst experiments?
Yeah. There was a lot of bad. That's why I was saying, like, that was World War II in general might be.
This is a bad one.
the
This is
bottom.
bedtime.
Hopefully that was the bottom. Anyway, bone to pick. You
Bone
got a
to
bone to pick? You got one? I had
No.
one, but I forgot it.
Well, I had one and you just shot all over it.
that one?
No, my Windows 11 can suck it.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about operating system.
That's all I got.
That's all you got? That's all you got to complain about? I know that's bullshit.
It's been snowing a lot lately. It's kind of getting old.
Oh, God. I don't want to talk about the weather.
Just why is it got to snow on Saturday?
Dude,
This is our time.
Now that I'm a working man again, by the way, great job. Love the job. I just really wish I didn't have to have one.
Yeah.
It takes up so much of my time.
Thought about that bone to pick yet?
About jobs?
No, you had a bone to pick.
Oh, no, I lost it.
Oh.
It's gone forever. What was it? I shouldn't be trying to come up with these on the spot. Shit, I just did it again with the fucking...
Sorry for our unprofessionalism, folks.
my foot's
Do you need help? Dan's currently stuck in his chair. Anyway, I'm seeing a lot of chicken bones there. Can you show me what do you got?
You're in charge.
What do you got in that? Can you tilt it towards me?
I have 2 more left.
2 more left.
Mm-hmm.
Is that 40? Is that 40?
No, this is 30.
That's 30.
Still, yeah, I was a couple away from the 30 mark, but I've got 2 left until. For listeners at home, Dan kind of looked like a toddler, stuck in his chair, and he was like flailing around. And
I was not flailing. I was stuck in my chair, though.
There was a little flailing.
I was trying to get out of my shoe. This is not good.
No,
This is terrible.
This is falling
podcasting.
apart.
This is going down the tubes, guys.
I do have to burp though.
The problem is I stored all of my bone to picks in my phone, and we're currently using it to record this.
I might have some written down.
Yeah.
What
What do you got?
See if you can make her laugh while I pull these up.
Make Melinda laugh?
Yeah.
She has no soul.
No.
She can't laugh.
Wow.
She can't enjoy things.
Can I have a bone to pick? Can I take a little break and do a bone to pick?
If you got one.
Okay, yeah.
We're in desperate need.
So
of
I watched
content.
Top Gun not too long ago.
The
and I
new
don't
one?
know. Yeah, no,
Or
the,
the
old
old
one
one?
with Tom Cruise. Who was
He's in both of them.
who was the audience for that? Because it was very homoerotic
America.
the whole entire time. It's like, is this for closeted patriotic men?
I feel like the 80s were just kind of a
It
homoerotic
was so
time.
like the way there was so much sexual tension between like everybody. Like Tom Cruise is like, ugh, and then Val Kilmer's like, ugh, and I was like, are they gonna start making out right now? And like the volleyball scene, that was just that.
Well,
I
see,
was
like,
who was
the
that scene
thing is,
for?
like, everything wasn't so, like, in the 80s or in the 90s, maybe even, like, nobody was worried about if it was gay or not.
Right.
Like, you just
People-
played volleyball with your friends. You took shirts off. That wasn't gay.
Right. Nobody was embarrassed to roller
Yeah.
skate
Yeah, exactly.
or wear shorts that were, 6 inches long,
Like,
came up your thighs.
a millennial wasn't going to watch it 20, like, they didn't put that in the planning stages. They were like, is there going to be another generation of kids who think that everything's gay?
They didn't see it coming.
They didn't see it coming.
And maybe I really wanted it to be gay.
I think that's what it is. Like, you want to see
Like watching it,
Val
like
Kilmer get slammed by
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
I just thought it would have been a really
Oh.
cool love story,
Val Kilmer would totally be doing the slamming.
Oh
I don't-
yeah, for sure. No, yeah, Iceman would just destroy Maverick.
And maybe that's maybe that is the story, is like who is going to be dominating who, and versus who flies their plane better.
He is the pilot, though. Maybe he's.
They're both pilots.
Well, but he's the actual pilot. Iceman is that the navigator that sits
No,
in?
no. Iceman is a different pilot.
Oh, Goose
Goose
was his Goose. That's what it
yeah.
was. Yeah, they were. Yeah, so they gotta work that out. That's probably so. That's what Top Gun was about. Was who was going to dominate who and who was.
Yeah,
Gonna,
who's the top gun?
oh my God! How did we not see this?
Jesus Christ. You guys are like fucking kids, man. You don't know shit.
Heard it here, folks.
Yeah.
Top Gun is about who's going to be the top.
Gun. That's what it means. Top Gun. Pew, pew. Anyway, R.I.P. Goose. Anthony Edwards.
Hmm?
Goose was Anthony Edwards.
He died.
No.
Oh.
In the movie, he died. You said you just watched it. Remember we flew into the canopy and passed away?
Mm-hmm.
Great movie, by the way. And for some reason, and I don't understand why, the second one, Maverick, just fantastic.
Was it?
Yeah.
Everybody says that. I still haven't watched it.
It was amazing. And like, it was such formulaic fucking bullshit.
This is the same fucking movie,
I
wasn't it?
loved it. I couldn't get enough. It just like appealed to every like, I don't know, like just like sewn in like visceral man weird shit. I was just like, yeah, I love America. And
So
screw every. I don't even remember who the enemy was in this one. I think it was Russia.
I was going to say, I thought it was Russia. I haven't seen it, but.
So this one wasn't homoerotic.
It was less homoerotic. I don't see what's homoerotic about volleyball. Apparently, that's just.
It's not homoerotic, but when you'd have to watch the scene and just like think of things not from you watching a movie, but think of things how other humans interact with one another. It was very much like, maybe it's because it's hyperinflated, but I was like, I don't know. I want to act like that to another woman, unless if I was gay.
So you think gay men and gay women are the same?
I think that human interaction is the same. Like if you were attracted to somebody, it's going to be a little bit different than being like, good game, bro. But then when they're just like, ooh, like, I don't know.
I don't think good game, bro, means you're attracted to somebody.
No, that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying if it's good game, like you would be acting differently versus like if you thought somebody was attractive and they're like jumping around and you're like, I don't know. It's different. It's different human interaction. Watch the scene again. I'm going to take a quick break and I have to stand up and readjust my internal organs because they are completely full. No
pooping, no
puking,
no
I will not. I won't go into the bathroom. I just have to readjust.
Well, if you're going to poop or puke, please go into the bathroom. Just be aware that that's going to end that's it. Yeah.
So
that's your cutoff.
Okay. But I'm going to stand up, drink some water, readjust. You guys should watch the volleyball scene of Top Gun and then tell me that it's not gay.
So you're saying volleyball is gay?
No, I'm not saying volleyball.
Dudes without shirts is gay.
Watch the interaction.
What's gay about it?
It's the human. That's what listen, I'm talking. I'm saying it.
You're not saying it. You're just saying it's gay.
No, what I'm saying is the interaction between the group is just very...
Gay?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
It's just gay.
It's just gay. Do we know any people we could ask?
Should I call my brother right now?
I mean, has he ever done that?
Played volleyball?
Yeah, in the exact same way as
maybe I should call him, have him watch the scene, and I'll get it from his perspective to see.
If he tells me it's gay, then I'll reevaluate things. Okay. But I'm not gonna take it from you. You haven't gayed enough to tell me what's gay.
Coming from the person who I'm not gonna get into it. I'm gonna stand up now, so you could like.
I haven't gayed enough. All right, we had a little break. Melinda did not throw up. She did not shit her pants. She did not cheat. I don't know what other things
we have a listener. Actually, I'm friends with this person, and his first question was, "Are you worried about the poops after?" And then he's even talking about sending us an award.
Oh,
a 3D printed award for
if you do
100. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So unrelated to that, but kind of connected in a way. I watched a thing on Hulu about the pepper guys, the pepper eating contest, and the guys that breed all those peppers.
Oh, yeah.
The super hot peppers. And like the main guy, I don't remember his name, but he's like the main pepper contest eating guy.
Mr. Reaper himself.
He's not the Reaper guy, but he thinks Reapers are bullshit.
It's for pussies.
Yeah. he throws up. He forces himself to puke after every one because he's like, if it doesn't come out that way, it comes out the other way.
Oh, I'll bet puking's probably still fucking miserable.
But it's faster.
Right.
The other way
Yeah.
is like a whole. So he's like, I'm dumping it as quick as I can. It's actually a pretty good show. I don't remember what it's called, but it was on Hulu. And they go into that. They follow a couple people around. And there's a lady from the UK, and she doesn't do the puking thing. She waits for it. It's the whole thing.
That's baller.
Yeah. I don't know if it's baller, but
It's brave.
it's brave. Yeah.
Bold.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to read off another fun fact.
Fun fact.
This is fun. This one counts as fun. The name for the shape of the Pringle is called a hyperbolic paraboloid.
Paraboloid? Paraboloid?
Either or.
Cool.
I think it would be a paraboloid because it's a parabola, and a parabole is
It's a different thing,
different thing entirely.
So cool. Do you eat Pringles? What's your favorite Pringles?
Actually, I do happen to have a thing of Pringles at the house right now.
Yeah? They've
Yeah.
gotten quite expensive.
They have.
Yeah.
But the cheddar ones are pretty good. Somebody else has got cheddar chip.
Dude, it's hard to beat like a regular, the red can Pringle.
You like just plain,
Yeah.
raw dogging it?
I don't know if that's what it's called. Just the regular one, the red ones. Potato chip flavor.
Do you like normal potato chips?
Yeah.
See, I can't do that. I need a little something.
Yeah.
Same with like tortilla. I won't eat just normal tortilla chips, but nobody cares about that. You know what people do care about?
Yeah.
Untimely software downloads. Having a job that is on the computer quite a bit, there's been more than one instance where I'm either starting like a presentation or a meeting or doing something, even if it's not time sensitive, and I go to open up whatever program and it's like, hold on, I know that your company probably paid a shit ton of money for this license, but I'm going to go ahead and update real quick before I'm going to allow you to proceed with whatever it was that you're doing. Like, no, you update when I tell you it's okay to update. And then it's usually like some sort of pointless thing they added to the top, or they changed the interface entire back to interfaces, shitty interfaces. It's dumb. And then I look like I'm not on a meeting because, the call-in service, I'm going to say the name, is updating, or my entire laptop decided that this is an appropriate time to do its update and totally restart. It's just awful.
I don't think you know what awful means.
See, I know you wouldn't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it.
We're at the bottom of the barrel here. Okay.
Yeah, we really are. We're getting down there. Because if we're bitching about voice over internet protocol software updates. Jesus.
Somebody's going to be listening to this and they're going to understand what
everybody understands. We've all, this is small talk.
What else do you do when somebody's sitting in your space eating 50 wings?
Yeah. And you didn't prepare an actual episode for it.
Yeah.
I didn't think it would go this long, to be honest.
Yeah. I thought you would have gave up.
I was thinking we're going to get like 25 and we're going to be done.
So has anybody asked you what you're doing this weekend? Like, oh, what are your plans for the weekend? Were you just like, I'm going to watch some girl?
I just want to say no one's ever asked me.
People ask me all the time.
Do they?
Yeah.
No one's ever asked me what I was doing this weekend. My whole life.
People ask me a lot. Or what did you do last weekend? Which, okay, bone to pick. I don't like that either. Because then I'm kind of a boring person.
Yes.
And I usually don't have anything to report on. It's fine.
No, but we've talked about this. They're not asking because they give a shit. They're asking because they want you to. They're waiting for their turn to tell you what they did this weekend.
Yeah. So how do you? What's a good What's a good way to deflect that?
Just tell them something they don't want to know. Tell them that you shit yourself. Tell them you took a bunch of LSD and punched a homeless person.
That would probably shut it down.
Yeah.
Or they're
Your goal
that
is to shut it
narcissistic.
down.
They'll power right through it and be like, okay, cool. You want to know what I did? I went snowboarding.
Yeah. And you're like, oh, cool.
Rad, man.
Rad.
I didn't care. That's why I didn't ask, but now that we're talking about it, because my software is updating and I can't get any fucking work done.
I'm at 33 and I'm slowing
Are you
down.
hitting it?
I'm hitting it.
Oh, it's going to end soon, guys.
I'm going to move to the flaming.
So what do you
ones.
think we should do for a podcast next? Since this is going to end right here.
I don't know.
I don't think it's going to end right. I didn't say that it's done. I'm not saying that I'm done.
No, I think you're petering out. There's no hope.
Also, my nose is really stuffy. Like there's so much going on right now.
The spicy will take care of that. These are the plain?
Yeah, those are the plain.
How many
And
you got left?
7.
7 plain,
Yeah.
and then the hot.
So I'm
Cool.
going to move to the hot because
Have I mentioned about the bucket? There's a bucket.
I
you
don't
want-
feel like throwing up.
Just if it happens, aim for the bucket.
Just feeling like at the end of Thanksgiving right now.
J-Rock,
I'm on it.
honestly, where are you at? Are you hoping for a disaster or do you want, like,
What
what
do
are you
you-
thinking
yeah.
right now?
I might be. So you swung me neutral. I was
Uh-huh.
negative before,
Uh-huh.
and now I'm like,
What's the negative? So were you saying that you didn't think I was going to get there?
yeah, I thought this was going to be like a 20-minute episode. You have already impressed me
Yeah.
far beyond what I thought you were capable of. And what'd you say, 33?
Yeah, I'm at 33. So I've already beat Dan's record. 33.
My personal unverified record.
I would cool it on the beer because that's space.
No, I needed something. I don't know. Okay. fine.
just a recommend.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
this is your donkey show.
You say-
This is your journey.
You say cool on the beer like I've been chugging beer.
No, I don't mean
still
that.
have
I
a
just
half
mean
beer left.
space is a commodity. at
I
this
will say
point.
I had to drink water with the plain ones because they were so dry that I was like I couldn't swallow
Why did
it.
you?
Huh?
Can we get on that for a little bit? Why would you get plain?
I didn't know. I've never done this before. This is the first time I've ever done this.
But you've eaten wings before. You know
Eh.
that.
All right, so let's think of a situation where you've ever been asking for anything and plain was. You ever ask for a plain anything?
a plain bagel.
Yeah, plain bagels
I
are
like-
dope.
I like plain cream cheese.
You eat okay. So, and I was gonna go back to the Pringles thing. Those are plain Pringles.
Oh yeah, I guess you're right. Plain Pringles, yeah.
But you eat
Well, no, they're salted. It's not plain.
fair. Does the breading count as making it not plain?
There's no
Would plain chicken just be?
breading. Yeah,
There's no breading. It's just
it's just fried
skin.
wing. And at first I was like, "That's really good," but they're so dry that it's like
It's super dry.
it's so dry.
Shit dry.
You eat plain bagels?
Well, with like what's that white shit called? Cream cheese.
Cream cheese. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's not plain.
But the bagel is
The
plain.
bagel itself. But as soon as you add
Yeah, it's not.
does cream cheese add is that a condiment?
Yeah.
As soon as you add the condiment,
It's a
it's
cheese.
now adorned with something.
Yes, I'd like my bagel adorned
Mm.
with cream cheese.
Yes.
King in the castle.
A duel between 3 people is actually called a truel.
Yeah, I'm calling bullshit on that. Is it?
Well, that would make sense. Duel.
Duel?
It wouldn't
Shouldn't
be.
it be a trial?
That's a different thing entirely.
Yeah, but shouldn't it be? Should it be?
No.
Why is it called a trial?
I'm sure somebody out there knows. If you know,
If you know,
Drop a
email
comment.
us at someplace.bonepod.
the boneinpod@gmail.com.
Oh, that's what it is. Theboneinpod@gmail.com. Or you can get us on Instagram. What else do we got? Our internet manager is currently stuffing wings into her face. So
I can't do it anymore.
No way.
I just hit the point where I'm legitimately feeling like I'm gonna throw up.
You're giving up.
That was for a second there. I was like, oh,
Do you need the bucket?
I don't need the bucket. Yeah. No, that was
Ooh.
I took a bite of that wing and instantly it was like that was hard.
Was it the spiciness of it?
No. It was just like the chewing and I was like, oh, but I could barely swallow that. And that was the closest I've been to just like throwing up and not feeling sick.
Okay, so what's our final tally?
Should I just finish that wing then?
You just
No,
said
I'm not. I'm just gonna. No, I'll finish it because okay, I'm gonna finish it.
Should I get the bucket?
Just put it closer.
I'm gonna get the bucket.
Get closer to the bucket. So looks like Melinda has officially hit the wall, and this is the end of our podcast forever. There's no reason for us to continue. There's not going to be a season 2. Don't come back.
Well, there could still be a season 2. It's a journey. I mean, John Elway wasn't winning Super Bowls until late in his career, so
John Elway, it's not an inspirational character.
yes, he is.
No, that guy's terrible.
He owned like 3 car dealerships.
Ooh, car dealerships.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty cool. I don't have any car dealerships at all.
Say, I mean, you get.
I got a car, most of one.
The stage before frostbite is called frost nip.
Very, very nice.
I'd like that
my
one.
nose.
Oh, yes, we got it on camera.
Oh, yuck. You guys are going to want to see this video.
That just made it all worth it.
So what's the count, Melinda?
I'm not done yet.
You said you were done.
Mm-mm.
You said you had given up. Stop trying to try.
I want to finish this wing,
Just
and
give
then
it up.
I'll give up.
You failed.
It's
Oh.
like, it's hard.
Can you try one of these? I just want to see if it is. Maybe the spiciness is what's screwing you up.
No, it's just anything hitting the back. Anything hitting the back of my throat is causing me to like do these like micro gags. I can't even talk right now.
Michael Gregg?
A micro gag?
Michael Gregg?
I'm having a micro gag?
She's gagging.
Gagging. I'm gonna finish this wing, and it's gonna be okay.
God bless you. Godspeed. Finish it.
I'm going. I'm just kidding.
Be hilarious. Do you have another fun fact?
I got one more. That actually worked out pretty well. During World War I, the Dr. Dolittle stories were born of Hugh Lofting's aversion to writing to his children about the true horrors of the war and trench warfare. Instead, more creative letters were sent.
Who's Dr. Dolittle?
You ever heard of Dr. Dolittle?
He's the guy who talks to animals.
Yeah. Okay.
Eddie Murphy was the later one. I don't remember who did the
Oh.
first version.
I heard they're making another Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah, of course they are. Of course they are. You could name any old. All right, bone to pick. Name any old movie. And of course, they're remaking it. Didn't they just remake?
No, but it's not. It's going to be Eddie Murphy.
Still,
It's not a remake. It's,
feels.
We saw Eddie Murphy on the TV, like clapping. And I was like, that dude has not aged,
yeah.
and like he still looks
No, that was
exactly.
Don Cheadle.
Stop. Don Cheadle was on there. Yes, at one point.
Yeah.
Just so everybody knows, we're huge Always Sunny fans.
Yes.
We're-
Bone to pick. You're bitching about remakes.
That's it. I hate.
You hate remakes? Oh, they're doing a new Roadhouse. It's gonna be terrible.
Oh, it has Jake Gyllenhaal in it.
And you know who else? That fucking what's his name? The MMA guy, the Irish guy.
Dick Krager.
Conor McGregor.
Yeah,
He's gonna be.
he's in the movie.
Is he the? Is he? Why can't?
There's no Sam Elliott character.
Is he gonna be the Sam? Because that would
There
make
isn't-
sense.
there
Because he's
isn't
like
one.
an ass kicking.
From what I can see in the previews, there's no Sam Elliott character, which is a huge fucking mistake. They could have got Nick Offerman. He'd be great.
Oh, that would have been
Sam-
perfect. I
Sam
would have.
Elliott
I
character.
would have loved that.
Yeah, there's no older, wiser Sam Elliott. It's gonna be a disaster. It's gonna be a terrible movie.
You were not wrong about. I just drank the rest of my beer, and that was such a fucking mistake. I'll drink beer later on. You don't have to buy me a beer.
Oh yeah,
You're right.
we
Yeah,
don't.
we don't.
We don't.
Yay!
You're buying your own beer, loser, not winner. I don't know what to call it these days. I don't think you're allowed to call people losers.
So I don't know how many. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus 9. What's that? 7 plus 9.
7 plus 9.
It's 150.
There we go. I have 150 left. I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's a lot of wings.
How many are left? What's the count?
7 plus 9. What is that?
What is the? So you have 16 left.
I have 16 left.
So you ate 34 wings.
Yes, I ate 34. Should I just eat one more to make it 35?
I mean, if you throw up in my room, you'd be very sad.
I think if I didn't do the speed round,
If you feel like you could, yeah, I feel like the speed round was a bad
that
idea.
fucked me up.
But that's the
Point of a contest.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah, I mean, you're
nobody's
not.
going to give you an hour and a half to eat 50 wings.
Yeah, it's not even 50. It's 200. I'm trying to get to 200 wings. My
Yeah.
nose keeps running. I am messed up.
Well, I've seen enough to go into season 2 because I already
Okay.
have an idea
Yeah.
for the first.
You still
episode.
believe in this? You think this is going to happen?
That was my first time ever trying any of this past 20. 20 was easy.
Well, I got a timeline, so I think I know what we're gonna do here, and it might be enough time that you could improve.
Okay. I
You're
wanna
definitely gonna have to
see- pick it up.
do a little better, but like I said, you did a lot more than I was expecting. So
I'm not. I'm surprised.
How many did you think I was going to get to?
I had like 20.
I do want to say that it didn't take me an hour and a half to eat the 30 wings that I ate.
How long did it take you?
Like 30 minutes.
All right. Dan eats 30 and 30 next time. So how about that?
I can do that.
You're talking a big game, but I don't see you doing anything.
I mean, I was at a like a place. It couldn't have taken me an hour and a half. I wasn't. I don't think it was there for an hour and a half. I don't know. I didn't time
Did
it.
you write down how much it was per container? No.
Nobody did.
Did you?
I did, but when I
It was
closed,
11
I closed
ounces,
it
I
out.
thought.
It was what? Was it 11? It was like 12 ounces. Yeah. And this is
We already did that.
okay. I
Right,
want no,
yeah.
but I want to see how much weight of meat I just consumed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Huh.
don't think that math's gonna work out for you.
Yeah, we're kind of counting on you to eat them all.
Okay,
You
so
would have had to
I'm
have
getting
hit it.
a lot of conflicting information. You were saying I wasn't going to eat them all, and now you're saying like, oh, like the whole plan
I
was
feel
for
like
me to eat
she's
them all.
talking like a crazy person.
Yeah, I never
It's
said
like,
that.
this is all.
I think you're hallucinating.
Am I? I could.
You might be hallucinating. Maybe we should call somebody.
Dylan will be like, no.
No, not him.
Yeah,
Right, call
you
him.
like she did this to herself.
We'll call a professional. We'll call someone who's paid to care.
I think this episode has run its course.
Yeah, yeah. It's always fun when one of the participants says, "Can we please end this now?" All right, so we're gonna wrap this up. Melinda did not achieve her goal as planned, or as I predicted. She did a good job, but not good enough.
So the wings, the bones.
They won.
No, I was gonna say
The
they're
bones won.
15.87 ounces.
Oh,
So
nobody cares at this
we
point.
could do the math.
So rough
We don't need the math.
rough math would be 193 ounces.
Of meat. How many pounds is it?
All right, we're just gonna
Listen, we're-
stop doing math on the. We're
You-
done here. Everyone say goodbye to Melinda. Goodbye, Melinda. You did fine. G-Rock, you have anything to close us out? We're out here.
We will be
Later.
back.